All right, hello everyone. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Deidre Norton and I am a platinum IATN card holder with Team Skyline and Team Sky. Kind of have multi-teams here. So I've been with the company for about 2 years. Really got into the company, to be honest, for the perks and the benefits. And then I started some mentorship, which is the residual side of the company. So for those of you that are new and you get yourself going and you have the basics of travel booking under your belt, reach out to your mentor if you are interested in the mentorship side of the company. It is optional, it's not required. It's a way to earn an additional source of income monthly, and then company monthly bonuses from the company. It is mentoring other agents. So that's just a little bit about that. So I started mentoring really and truly probably about 2 to 3 weeks in, because I just got started for the perks and the benefits for myself because we traveled so much. Then I team built for about really and truly a good 6, 8 months. And then I kind of started taking interest in the travel booking side. So I did not travel book right off when I started, okay? As people started doing what I was doing, I started having people say, well, can you do me a cruise? Can you do me a trip? And I was like, well, I guess I better start really familiarizing myself. So I kind of was a late bloomer when it comes to travel booking, but now I absolutely love it. It is very rewarding. Commissions pay was yesterday, so Mark knows about that as well. We get dings on our phone and it's super exciting. And then today is actually residual income pay. So you get paid that once a month. And by doing that, you can offset your monthly costs. So if mentorship is something that interests you, and I'm going to say this very strongly, have an interest, be a people person, love to interact with others, because you do have to mentor your agents that you bring on, just like your mentors have brought you on and are doing, just like I'm doing with you today. I'm teaching you, I'm helping you, I'm allowing you to understand things, okay? So again, residual payday today. It's very rewarding. You only have to reach bronze ranking. I'm not going to go into this in depth, okay, because that's not what this training is about. But when you reach bronze, that's 6 agents underneath you, your monthly cost is taken care of. You do not have to worry about that coming out of your bank account. So that's a really good, nice perk. So anyway, I have been team building now for about 2 years. I am a platinum leader. Hoping, my fingers crossed, almost reaching 1 star. So I'm super excited about this. Anyways. So today's training is going to be on Carnival for beginners, and we are going to just go through some basics, kind of show you some things. So what I'm going to do is share my screen first, and we're going to go to Carnival. Is everybody here registered for Carnival? That should be one of the very first suppliers, cruise suppliers that you guys registered for when you got started. Is everybody here registered for Carnival? If anyone's not registered, just put no. All right, Mark, come on. You can. Taking the train. Okay, David. All right, Mark, whatever. Mark says no. So Mark is a jokester, right? He has been with our company longer than me. I think, what, 6 years now, Mark? Am I right?
No, I started April 5th, 2 years ago. So 2 years, about 2.25 years, but I've been in the business for over 10.
Yeah. Okay, that's what it was. So Mark is an excellent trainer. If you ever see any of his trainings coming across your chats, or you ever see any trainings that he does, he's very thorough, he's very knowledgeable, he's very helpful, and he is a person that will help anybody at any time. And that's kind of like myself. That's part of being a good mentor as well. You help people that's not even under you. So
Oh yeah.
he's a fantastic trainer. He's excellent. He's super knowledgeable. I just got on the phone with him yesterday. And he had to teach me some things, and then I probably call him about once every 2 to 3 weeks to ask, all right, I need your advice. So anyway, he's great, guys.
And shameless plug, I'm hosting the Q&As Saturday and Sunday. I got talked out of today's, but I'm still going to be in there today. So
All right, and I was just about to say that he does Q&A, and he's excellent with that. He takes his time. He's very patient with you guys. So if you have not attended a Q&A, then I highly recommend to jump on it. It's travel booking Q&A. And then new agent orientation, for those of you that have not watched or attended a live new agent orientation as opposed to the recording. For any of you that feel stuck, kind of lost, overwhelmed, that's a very important process to get going. And they will walk you through all of the basics and beginnings of what you need and what you need to do and what direction you need to be going, okay? So I highly recommend, if any of you have not attended a live new agent orientation, please get on that, as well as a Q&A. Anytime you have questions about that, jump on those. They're fantastic, okay? So
Yes,
for all of you that are registered for Carnival, obviously you've logged into your back office. Let me try to get my chat box fixed to where I can pay attention.
you need two
Mark,
monitors, Deidre.
Huh?
You need two monitors.
I know it. I got another computer over here that's brand new. I never even hooked it up. Probably need to. All right, so
On the Q&A note, Q&A this weekend, all weekend, today, tomorrow, Sunday, is at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern.
good deal. Good knowledge.
Yep, same time all weekend, because it's me.
Okay. So I'll kind of let Mark, I'm going to kind of help you if anybody puts something in the chat and I don't see it. Anybody's not comfortable unmuting, or if you're not in a position to unmute, Mark probably will be responding to your questions if possible. All right, so when we log into Carnival, this is what we see, right? Carnival is one of the more, I say, basic, user-friendly platforms for cruises. They make it really simple for us. They have now also included taxes and fees in the prices, so we don't have to add that separately, which is super nice. Whenever you are booking a cruise for your clients, or you're preparing a quote for your clients, obviously you have to qualify them up front. Okay, you got to know where they're going, what they're doing, how long they want to go. Do they have a particular cruise line? Do they have a particular ship they want to go on? What type of cabin, etc. All the basics. But something that I used to make sure that I always ask before Carnival started doing this, and you have to do this with others as well, is you want to ask them and let them know you're going to give them a price quote that includes all the taxes and fees, also prepaid gratuities. Now, I just had a client 2 weeks ago ask me to remove their gratuities. Why? I have no idea. Paying those things up front is the best way to go. I strongly suggest for all of you to advise your clients to do that. That way it's done, it's over, and they do not have to deal with that on the ship, okay? Then you want to also ask them, do they want cruise protection? Now, Mark and I both are big on a third-party travel insurance supplier that we have. It's called 10 Leg. Not going to go into that, but most everything that I book now, and this is thanks to Mark, I utilize my 10 Leg platform. They give you an affiliate link, and you are able to provide that link to your client after you do the booking, and you earn 17% commission on all of that insurance that's sold with 10 Leg. It's a fantastic opportunity. Now, for you newbies, if you're adding insurance, it's okay. I'm not telling you not to do it, but I highly recommend going to the Travel Cafe under suppliers and going to 10 Leg and following the instructions to get registered. Takes a little bit to get approved. Ryan at Archer's pretty quick to get back to you, and he's super helpful. There are some trainings on it as well. So for any of you that are interested in 10 Leg and you want some more information on it, what do you do? Where do you go? You can reach me on Messenger, and you can reach Mark on Messenger as well. We both would be happy to provide you with that, okay? So,
and the other benefit is that you get paid out the month after you pay the policy.
yes.
You get paid your commission the month after you pay the policy in full, so before they travel, which is even nicer.
Yeah, okay. Also, with most of our cruise lines, when it comes to being paid commissions, what's nice about them that I love, and especially Virgin Voyages here, typically the cruise lines, after your client has paid their cruise in full, you will see your commissions coming in sometimes even before they leave for their cruise. So that's kind of nice. So they will pay you kind of up front once they get that final payment. Not all the time, but most of my cruises I book, I see that money coming through before they ever leave. So that's another good thing about cruises. So again, you just want to qualify them. Make sure you ask them what they want included. You know, like I said, trip protection, taxes, fees, gratuities, all that good stuff. And
Hey,
then most
Deidre,
of the time, depending on what cruise line it is, you can add their beverage packages later, or if they want Wi-Fi, or you can include it in the cost. Just depends on the supplier. You were going to say something, Mark?
yeah, may I say something on the commissions part?
Sure.
About 95% of the cruise lines that I have been finding will pay out approximately 60 to 90 days or 45 to 60, depending on when the paid in full date is. So they are paying out before cruises.
Yeah,
Princess is doing it, RCL is doing it, Celebrity's doing it, Holland America's doing it, Disney is doing it. So
yeah.
most of the cruise lines are doing it as long as the trip is paid in full.
Yeah, and I don't want to get too much more onto the different cruise lines, but that is great too, because I'll say with Virgin Voyages, I do tons of booking with them. And once that cruise is paid in full, you typically see your payment within 30 days, which I absolutely love. Virgin is really good to us. All right, so basically what we're gonna do, we're to kind of navigate through here. So on the booking tab, when you have a client that cruises with Carnival, most of them have cruised before. If they've not, it's okay, but you can do what we call a VIFP number. They call it a very important fun person. They're pretty fun at Carnival, okay? So you can look up someone's VIP number, and if they have it, you're able to see if they have any special discounts or promotions. Now, another thing with cruise lines, and I always tell every single one of my agents this, you can call the cruise lines directly and they will prepare a quote for you and send it. So they'll kind of do all the work. I do recommend getting in these platforms and learning them, but let's just say if you had a cruise come up today and you were green in the platform, I was there, trust me. And you just call up the cruise line, you call the number, and you tell them, I need a quote, I need it sent to me, I need to prepare it to send it to my client, and they'll do that quote for you, include everything you need, make sure you're not missing anything. But you can look up a VIFP number, and it'll give you any promos, discounts, specials they have. And then if not, it's, you can tell your clients if they want to create one, they can. Typically when they book their first cruise, they're going to get one, so they'll have it. But you can come here and you can book for an individual stateroom. This is where you go for your group bookings. With Carnival, a group booking is at least 8 cabins or more, okay? So you can earn tour credits on it. You can earn free cruises. You can do amenities for your group if that's what you choose to do. So there's a lot of different options with groups. Manage a booking, meaning if you already have a booking done and you need to go in and look it up, you can do the same thing here. So I'll just show you really quick. This is how you go and you pull up an actual, you can search by guest information, or if you have the number, you can just put the number in. Easy, quick. Pulls up that cruise that you need to do if you need to make a payment. I just did this today for this particular client. We're going to kind of scroll through so we don't show their personal information. But made some payments today, so it was easy for me to pull up. But that is how you will pull up an already created booking. Ships and sailings. This is going to be all of your different ships with Carnival. So you can play around in here. You can kind of look around and see what they have to offer, what the ships are about. Google's your best friend. If you're trying to decide what ship to put someone on and you don't want it to be on one of their older ships or not so good ship, just Google what are the 5 to 7 best ships that Carnival has. Mardi Gras is one of the newer ones. I just did a big group on Mardi Gras. I am going to be safe and say I think Vista is a new one as well. But you can play around in here and see your ships. You can come here and you can also get information on all of the different destinations they have available when they go into a port somewhere. And then of course, Italian cruises and then Australia cruises. So that's what that tab's about. Your marketing tools. Everyone should be utilizing your marketing tools and your resources in every supplier that you have access to. This is where you're going to get some amazing marketing tools to start promoting and marketing on your social media platforms, your Facebook business pages, your LinkedIn, your Instagram. If you have your own personal website, guys, there is no reason in the world for you guys to be lost and not have access to marketing materials. Every single supplier that we have has this in their platform. You just have to look for it. Okay. So you've got marketing collateral library. You've got destination flyers that you can use, general flyers, on board, anything you want in here. You got web banners, webinar backgrounds. You got your travel agent rocks toolkit, which is pretty cool. So get in here and play around with these. Okay. Booked clients. So you can come in here and you can offer financing by Uplift. You can do, you can get your guest documents and your payments in here. Fun ship pay. So I have a lot of my clients who book with me with Carnival, and they get Carnival gift cards, and you save about 10% buying those. So say, let's say you get a value of a card that's $500. Well, you save $50 on that card, you only pay $450 for it, but you can use it and it's worth the $500 when you make payments on their cruises. So I always tell my clients this as well. You know, when you get ready to make a payment, go and purchase a Carnival gift card. You're going to save 10% typically, and you get the full face value of it. All right. Short excursions, you've got the Cheers beverage program is where you can come in and buy beverage packages afterwards, depending on what they want. Knowledge and training, again, go to this tab. Every platform has one. Take the training, go to the knowledge center, learn about what you need. Agent rewards program, travel agent rewards program, advisor cruise discounts. We're going to get your own discounts, independent advisor. So play around these tabs. They're all worth it. Here you can see some of the promotions they have up front. So these are more sailings that are going to be added for 26 and 27. Early saver bonus. So here's all your promos, and you see what it says. It's up to 40% off with reduced deposits per person, and then a $50 onboard credit through April of 2026. Look at this. This looks fun. All right. Here, this is one of their little destinations they have. It's a Celebration Key. It's a Pearl Cove Beach Club, adults only. So you can get information on this in here. So there's where you see your promos. Scroll on down, you can do stuff down here too. So play around on these platforms, okay? All right, so let's say we want to do a quote for someone. So let's go to booking and let's do an individual stateroom. You can filter and search by sailing or by ship and date. So what I'm going to do is just kind of play around in here. We're going to say, here's where you add any discounts. We're going to do a senior, and let's say someone's military. You select their state of residency. We'll do Georgia. If you have a VFP number, you put it in here, and then you hit search sailings. All right, so here you add your guest. You have filters that you can add, okay? So we're just going to do 2 guests. And let's say you don't know really when they want to sell. They've given you a date range. So you can also filter by date and see what's available a lot easier than scrolling through all of them. So let's put in here, let's say somebody wants to go anywhere between October 1st and the end of October. So you can put that date range in, and then you have to hit apply filters. All right, then what it's going to do is going to pull up all of those sailings that are available to you everywhere, every ship. Again, if you know a ship, you can filter by that as well. Okay. So this is Panama Canal, and you can see kind of where it deports out of. It's the ship. It's a 15-day Panama Canal trip. So let's just go down and find something a little more simple. Let's do this 4-day right here, okay? For leaving out of Port Canaveral. It's the Carnival Freedom. You can click right here, and you can see itineraries to see where it's going to go. So this will show you your itineraries. And then let's do right here. So we're going to have interior starting from 419, ocean view starting from 484, balcony from 679, and then so on and so on. So let's do select. Then it's gonna bring you here. Okay, so you've got 6 different available promos that you can provide them. Now, what's nice is you can kind of look in here and you can compare offers to see what's gonna be the best deal for your client. Right, so we have the exclusive military offer because we put military in here. So you kind of look at the difference in the prices right here. See how the second one right here is lower than the first. All right, this is going to give you onboard credit. So if your clients are interested in, getting some onboard credits to spend, you might choose this. You come on down here to fund select, and then you see how these are higher. I obviously would not choose this. Super Saver looks to be about the same and close to that military discount. But even if you were going to do the military discount, this is a cheaper rate by a couple of dollars, but they don't have any suites available. Pack and Go, I think that's booking last minute. Mark, am I right on that? Non-refundable. Mark might have left us. And then great rates. So let's just come up here and let's choose this onboard credit. Let's choose this one. I think you can choose up to 3. Let's do the military one. And then let's do the Super Saver. So then you click on right here, compare 3 of 3. Then it's going to pull these up. Okay. So let's say we know that our clients want a balcony. So you come here to this tab and you would click on it. Then you can look. It's going to tell you what decks are available and what the cabin categories are. You kind of just have to learn those on your own. It's different locations of the ship. So you can see right here, the NAs means that there's no pricing available, and it could be that the ship sold, this particular promo is sold out, or this code is sold out because it's so close, what I picked. So we don't have any of them that offer all 3 things. So we have 704, 694. So this would be cheaper with the military discount. So let's just say I didn't choose military, okay? Super Saver code. So then you can click on the details and it'll tell you what it gives you. Carnival chooses your stateroom. That means you can't pick it. And the deposit is non-refundable and non-transferable. Here, if we were to choose this category, it's going to tell you they're going to get an onboard credit of $25 per cabin. You get to choose your room. And obviously this offer ends August 21st. Here, for the military, you choose your room and it's valid for qualified military guests only. Let's check out this one. Same thing, $25 credit, offer ends. Okay, so it's pretty much giving you the same thing. So we're gonna go with this right here, okay? The $694 balcony cabin. We're going to do that onboard credit one. So you click here, then it's going to bring you to the area where you're going to choose that stateroom. Now, the only available room left, and it is probably because we're so close to the sale date that I chose, it's going to be in green. So you see how it says it's available. If you were to come down here and roll over this, it's not going to give you anything because all of these cabins are already taken, okay? You can search by a cabin number if you want. This is going to be in the back of the ship. So if you have somebody that wants to be in the middle of the ship, you would have to tell them this is all that's left if they chose to sell as soon as what they're saying. So let's just choose our stateroom. It is a connecting room with one of these. It's a balcony. So we would hit select. And then we would go to continue. So here's where you're going to enter all your information. Now I'm going to tell you a little trick. Mark taught me this. If you want to try to hold this cruise for 24, 48 hours for your clients, if you know that they're ready to deposit, but you don't want this room because it's the only one left to get away, you can enter, I want to say, false information. You just have to have, because none of this is going to stick. You'll be able to change all of this information when you make the deposit. So if you wanted to use your information or just make up some information, you could to hold this cruise. So this is a nice feature right here. All right, country of residency is, of course, United States. I live in Georgia. You would enter your own email address, obviously, because you can change all of this. Okay, so we're gonna add, here's your options. You can add Carnival protection. You can add gratuities right here. So we're gonna leave off the protection, but we are gonna include the gratuities, and gratuities will be added to all guests. All right, so let's do next guest. All right, so then we'll come in here, we're gonna use Todd, my husband. United States, Georgia. I'm gonna take this out and just put their email in here, phone number. So you can click on this and you can add any special requests. So someone needed a wheelchair, any of this stuff, you can let people, you can go ahead and choose these special requests. All right, and again, we're gonna leave off the protection, and then we're gonna leave the gratuities, and we'll continue to review. So then you wanna go through and you kind of wanna make sure that you have everything the way it needs to be, okay? So we've got that onboard credit, names, and then you scroll down here, and this gives you the total amount, okay? You also can choose whatever you want for your dining time, but you also want to ask your clients that they have a preferred dining time. They want late, they want early, or you can do your time, which means you kind of pick and choose. So we're going to do your time, select dining time. You can do early dining if you want, 6 p.m. You don't have to, let's just choose it. And so this area right here is if you were booking, if you had maybe 6 people that were going, and you had 3 different couples that's doing 3 different bookings, you can link their bookings together so that all of their dining and all of their activities will be linked together, which is really nice. And you can add tons of them, like you can, keep going. So when you have a group, you definitely want to do that. All right, so here we go. Includes an onboard credit of $25. That means they're going to get $25 per cabin, so $12.50 a piece, which is not a lot. If people have VIFP numbers, I just did some group cruise, and there was probably over half that had a $500 onboard credit because they cruise a lot. Okay, then you'll come down here and you're going to see final payment is $15.16 because we have our. Wait a minute, that's not right. Hold on. Oh yeah, there's gratuities. Okay, so the total, 15.16. Yes, okay. Thought I saw 2,000 something. Okay. And then this is where you're gonna see what your commissions would be. So this is what you'll be, well, okay, so this is the commission, and you have to remember, you get 80% of your commissions because Archer keeps 10, Archer keeps the 20%. So if you want to know exactly what you're going to be making, you could just take your 142.40 and you times it by your 80%. So you'd get $113.92. I will tell you, Carnival's cruises are so, I don't want to say cheap, but they're so well priced. Sometimes the commission isn't always what you want, but I look at it this way: some money's better than no money. And of course, the more expensive a cruise is, like you do a week cruise, for that group I did on the Mardi Gras, all of their commissions, no matter what cabin type, was at least 340 or over. So that's not a pretty bad commission payout. All right. And then you can confirm your booking. If this was real, you could make the payment, or you could do a hold option. So you see 15.16 is the total amount of the cruise. Now let's go back up here and look for a minute. This still does not show us okay, I think we're going to see our deposit on our next screen. I get confused. All right, so let's confirm this booking and let's hold it. If you don't enter all the information that I showed you had to enter, even if it's, I say, I hate to use the word fake, because that's, well, but whatever, you gotta have it all filled out, okay? So you see the stateroom you picked. You can see an agent view, you can see a guest view. So if you switch to guest view and you were to send this quote to your client, or you're creating a proposal, or you're making it, this does not show your commission. See how it's gone? And if you do agent view, ta-da, there's your commission. So always be careful, no matter what supplier you're booking in. Make sure that you don't send your guest your copy, because then they're going to see what they're going to make. Not that it matters, they're not paying it. We all know our suppliers pay us, but it just might put some concern and make people start questioning. Okay, so you can send the confirmation to the email. So we're going to send this to ourselves, or you can print it. It's totally what you want to do. This is not going to allow us to make a deposit. Why? Guess why? Because it's so close to the sale date. I probably should have chosen a different one. We might go back and do another one in a minute if everybody has time. So there's no deposit allowed. So this is held up until tomorrow, only 24 hours. And it's only held 24 hours from the time that you make the booking. So we did this at 2:41. So tomorrow, before 2:41, it says 8 a.m. So they're only holding this for 12 hours because we don't have a deposit possible, okay? So you see up here how you have that booking number. Now, I'm just gonna copy this, but you would wanna write that down. And then if we were to go back here, and we wanted to come back to this because we were ready to book, what will we do? We'll come here. You can put this in, and you put that booking number in here. Quick way to pull it up, make that payment. Ta-da! Make the payment. Now, let's go back. I'm going to do another quick quote and do one that has a deposit, okay? So let's do booking. And you don't have to come back and cancel this booking if your clients don't respond, or they don't want to book it, or it's not what you want. You can, it'll drop off. So let's don't do any military. Let's do this over 55. Let's do Georgia again. Here. We'll do 2 guests. And then let's do one into February next year. We're going to sell anywhere between the February 1st, February 28th, apply our filters. And here we go. Okay. So let's choose again. Here's an 8-day. So we'll do one with a bigger, let's do this one. 7-day Western, I don't like Galveston for some reason. It's just me. Here's a 7-day Western Caribbean. Leaves out February 1st. It's on the Mardi Gras. Okay. Good ship. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the sailing. And then again, you can look at your itinerary. See if there's an Eastern. Here's one. So you see the Eastern Caribbean, it goes San Juan, St. Thomas. So we'll choose this Eastern right here. This goes out Sunday, February 2nd, and then of course it returns back on day 8. Okay. So if you were doing a quote, you're trying to give your clients ideas, you could copy and paste that itinerary somewhere, which is really nice. I don't ever send a direct quote that has the supplier's information on it to my clients. I create my own quotes. I use TravelJoy. It is a paid system, but it's fantastic. When you start to get more bookings and you really grow and you get established, I would highly recommend one of the travel proposal platforms. They're so nice. Makes it super easy. But here you would do a lot of copy and pasting, and I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. So let's do this. Select. Again, so here is early saver, reduced deposit with onboard credit. So let's compare this offer. These are the same price. Still going to get onboard summer savings. This one is more fund select. So I think I've already showed you how you can do that. So let's just let's just do a balcony cabin right here and go continue. So these are balcony cabins, okay? Shows you what decks they're on. You know, common sense tells us the higher the price for a balcony cabin, obviously, this is the Havana Club anyway, so that's probably why it's higher. But, you know, the higher price they are, it's probably a better location on the ship or extra amenities, like this is the Spa Cove. So let's just find one of the more reasonable ones. So 8 is always pretty good. 8D is always a good category. So see, you're gonna get $25 onboard credit, which is not great. This already includes price protection. So if you were gonna choose this because it's what your clients wanted, it was the best option for them, then you would just have to include this in here and you wouldn't be able to use your 10 leg, okay? So let's just choose this. So you can do a quick quote as well, but we're gonna go on through because I'm gonna email it to myself and I'm gonna show you how we can really quickly prepare it to go to our clients. Okay, so here's all the available cabins. It is at the back of the ship. Let's see if there's anything in the middle of the ship. No, everything on the ship already is, all right, there are some on the front. The middle of the ship is better for first-time sailors or if people are concerned about being seasick, whatever. But the forward and the back aft are not bad at all. So let's just do this one right here. And obviously this is going to be, this area up front would be the front of your ship. Okay, so then you could come on back if there were no middle portions available and you could pick one of these rooms here. So this does hold 3 people, which is no big deal. 3. This is a two stateroom. This holds 2. Let's just choose this one. And then here we see current selection is 1109 average per person. And then let's go through this really quick and add some stuff. Just do this really quick. This time that, so see it already included protection and why it does this, I have no idea. So Carnival protection is not available to residents of New York, Quebec, British Columbia, Puerto Rico. View plan details. So let's just put yes on here and see what it does. We're going to do the gratuities for them. So we're going to go next. Here we got to enter. I'm just going to leave all this. We're just going to pick some. We're going to make him old today. Because it said that trip protection was already included. So I'm going to see what happens. So we're going to review. All right, $26.60, taxes and fees are included. We got a $25 onboard credit. There's your stateroom you picked. Gratuities are included. Carnival protection. You can kind of read about it if you want. There's more coverage details. So there, that's added. Dining time, we'll just keep that chosen. Now let's do something really quick. Let's go back. No, we'll do that after because I want to see what happens when you remove that. So we got a total of $26.60. Gratuities are $224. Carnival protection is $218. And the fact that it's added, I'm interested in this. Okay. Deposit due date, August 18th. So see how you're going to hold this for a little longer. And the deposit is going to be $468. That's for both people. Your final payment's due November 9th. Very important. Any final due date you have, no matter what you're booking, always tell your clients 2 weeks prior. Give yourself a cushion. You are going to have those people that wait up to the very last minute to pay. And you don't want those clients that come to you and it be the very last day and then say, oh my gosh, can I get it extended? I don't get paid until 2 days from now. I don't get paid until tomorrow. I don't have it. You don't want that to happen to you. You want to be the hero. So let's say this is November 4th. We're going to tell them that their final due date is due October 20th. That way you've got a cushion. On the 20th, when it's their last day and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't pay it. Guess what? You're going to be the hero. You're going to say, well, let me see what I can do. Let me call them and see what I can find out. Call back, send them a message. Guess what? We got it extended. You're good to go. We can extend this for 3 more days. Never extend it till the final due date. Okay. Now you see your commission is a little more, $274.60. All right. So we're going to do this and we're going to hold this. So let's remember that total price, $26.60. Okay. Now, if you want to go in and modify, because I'm going to take that trip protection off and see what happens. Activities are still there. Continue to review. So if you see a cruise that already has trip protection included, don't add it. Okay, so it brought it back down to $25.21. Now, so this is included in the price. So I would have almost made the mistake of double booking it. So we have $25.51. Now the deposit's lower, $359. So what the deposit's going to include too, when there's trip protection included, they want to collect that up front. So if you're trying to find a cruise, you know, that's got that $50 reduced deposit, and they are out there with Carnival. You know, if you add trip protection, they are going to want that up front. Sometimes they will allow the $50 deposit, but then, you know, you just got to pay attention to your details. So everything's included. 25.5, all right, it's $263.70. And then here's all the details of what this special offers. So there's a $50 change fee per guest. So what this means, you're gonna have to go back and change this information because we saved it with someone else's information. You can change it before you deposit. After you deposit, there is going to be a fee to change anything. So you're going to make sure you get all your names the way they are on their passports or their driver's license. Cruises, I always tell my clients, yes, you need a passport. If they don't have a passport, that's why a lot of people will do a cruise. Then you have to make sure you do what we call a closed loop cruise. That means you depart from Miami, you return to Miami. Now, the negative part of that is if someone does have a passport and they stop off in Mexico or St. Thomas, right? And they go into that, they port that day and they get off the ship. What if they miss their ship coming back? They're going to need a passport to find a way home. So that's why I highly recommend for my clients to get a passport. There are people that sell without them. You just have to remember to tell them that important information. Now, you don't have a passport. You have to make sure if you get off the ship and you go in wherever your port is, please make sure you make it back, because you don't want to run into the problem of not having that passport to get a flight home, or if you miss that ship. Those cruise ships are not going to wait on you. I follow a page on Facebook and Instagram, and it's with Carnival, and it's people who miss their ship. It's hilarious.
I love that page.
It is crazy. You guys should look it up if you don't. It's funny. You see people begging and laying on the ground and wallering and everything else. It's hilarious. Don't miss your depart time when you go into port. That's all I can tell you. Okay.
Just look up ship runners on YouTube.
That's what it is. Ship runners. Okay. So Mark, now that you're back on here, so this cruise right here included insurance.
Should be.
All right. It already had trip protection.
All cruises on Carnival's vacation package should be included except for residents of New York.
No, it's not. There's some that you have to add to it. But this particular promo I chose had trip protection already included.
What promo did you choose? I didn't see. Sorry, I was on the phone with Disney Cruise Line, believe it or not.
OHF, early saver, reduced deposit, onboard credit. Watch, I'm going to go back and show you, okay? Really quick.
I want to see the OHF rate code. I'm interested now.
Well, I don't know how to get back to that to show you, but watch what it says.
I'll look it up.
The 109 right here is added automatically. So if you use this promo code, you can't take it away. But watch what happens, which I haven't ran into this.
Hold on, scroll back up. I want to see the offer details.
See?
I think it's because of the early saver price protection.
Yeah, so, but
That's the only thing I can figure on the OHL.
yeah, that's what it is. So, you know,
Let me ask, Precious is on. Let me ask her.
Because if you were to go back up here, well, let me do this. Confirm changes. I don't even know what we changed. So now if I was to go in and modify the booking and I scroll down here, it still gives me an option to add it again, and then it increases the price. You're not going to get double protection.
So even if you select no, it's
still included.
Still automatically adds it?
Yes, so watch. If I choose yes, now watch what happens. It was 109, okay?
It doubles it?
Yep, watch.
Right, because that's for both people. Scroll up. Look at it. Carnival Vacation Protection 109, 109 for guest 1 and 2.
But watch. We're all learning today, y'all. Discard these changes. And we're going to go back.
It's applying it to guest 2 is what it's doing. You see that? It's not applying it to guest 1. It's applying it to guest 2. That's got to be a glitch in Carnival's system. Let me OHF applying to guest 2.
I told you, y'all, we all learn every day. No matter how experienced or how inexperienced we are.
Okay, I'm going to actually ask this question in the Carnival Independent Advisor Team Facebook group I'm in and see why it's doing that. That's got to be a glitch in the system.
I had some cruises I booked though in on another group that did the same thing. So this is something we got to look into, guys. So just be careful if you see a offer that has trip protection included. Make sure it does cover both guests, and if it don't, I highly recommend picking up the phone and calling Carnival. And this is exactly what I would do if I was in this situation. All right.
Yep, and they can actually they could actually probably remove it from the second guest if you're going to use a third party such as Tin Leg. Well, Tin Leg's the only one to use.
I don't know if it's an offer, they may not be able to use it, but regardless, okay, guys. So here's what we're going to do is we're going to send the guest view, send the confirmation, and here's where you can come in. Agent copy, commission shown. Guest copy, commission not shown. Let's see. We're going to do this one right here. Guest email. So it's going to come to the same email. You can enter here. So let's do send confirmation and see if I get this. Let's go check. Oh, it's probably going to take forever to come. How frustrating. Let me see if it's in. No, let's see if it's in promotions. Sometimes it goes there. Look, yep, I don't know why it does that. So here's the booking. So if you were to email that to yourself, here we have it, okay? Now here's where you could go in and you could create an itinerary. Again, I don't recommend sending this directly. With cruises, it's a little bit better to be able to do this because they're, you know, the deal is you don't want to send your clients a quote with the supplier information on it. And the reason that is because you don't want them to get curious and go directly to that supplier online and book it out from under you. If they say, oh, well, she's only saving me $10, or oh, she's not saving me any money. You know, you don't want to risk that. So you don't really give them your info, where they're getting it from. You don't want to kind of give all that. That's just me. Mark may feel differently. I don't know.
What do I feel differently about?
Not sending a quote actually from the supplier with the information on it, because you don't want to lose that booking out from under you. Clients get curious. They see what they've given you. They're going to get online. They're going to start looking. You know, and they're gonna say, well, she's not saving me money, or she's only saving me $10. I'm just gonna book myself. That
Depends on the it depends on the supplier.
Yeah. You know, cruises are pretty straightforward. So
cruises are straightforward.
They're not going to be able to get any cheaper price than what you're finding them in Carnival right here. They're going to still be able to get those promos if they call Carnival. So it's apples to apples here. All right. So what you could do is if you were to forward this, let me see if this works this way. Cause see, I do all my proposals. All right. I do all my proposals in my Travel Joy platform. So let's just say you're going to send it to your client. Okay. Then you can come in here and you could leave Carnival, leave this. Here's the booking number, sailing date. Your booking's confirmed. Here is where I would take that off and enter my information. Okay.
Ooh, that's pretty
What's
decent.
nice about forwarding an email and being able to edit it.
That's pretty, Deidre. You're doing that in your email? Oh, yeah. Lazy doing it in Gmail. I do mine in Outlook.
I do mine, and I do all my stuff in Travel Joy, but I'm not going there because I'm just trying to show them, being newbies, how
I know.
quick and easy it is to do a quote. So obviously it's my name. So if you were going to change it, obviously we put it in the name. So if you do that, and you're trying to send it to your client, just, the client's name's Mark. Okay. So here we go. You see this, you come down, here's all the itemized charges. Payments, credits, guest balance due is $25.51. The deposit is due of $359 on August 18th by 2:52 p.m. That final day.
Raise their deposits.
What?
Sorry, speaking to myself.
That final due date. Remember what I said, guys, that we want to change it. So let's just make it October 20th. That gives you that cushion. Okay. And then we see our onboard credit here. You've got cruise protection included. Their gratuities are included. So this gives them a breakdown of what it is. If you wanted to take all of this stuff out so that they wouldn't get confused, because you're already telling them that their taxes, fees, I would leave all this the same. There's nothing wrong with doing this on a cruise. Okay. And then see where it says vacation protection, not added for me. It was added for Todd. So we don't know if this is a glitch or not. We're going to find out, and I will do my best to let you guys know when I post the training what this glitch was. Okay. There's our itinerary, important notes.
I've got a message out to the Carnival Independent Advisor team right now, so I should know something here.
I would probably take this off. You don't want them to contact. When you book a cruise for a client too, and they call in to get any information, or they would try to make payments, they're not going to be able to make payments directly. It is with Carnival that way anyways. The other ones you can, but with Carnival, you book that cruise, Carnival rep's going to tell those people you booked it with a travel agent, you have to reach out to them. No, we can't take a payment. And that's one thing I don't like about it, but it is okay. You still have to make all those payments for your people, so it's okay. All right. So
I'd rather make the payments for my clients than anyone.
We have this all together, right? And now we're going to come back down here in our email. So here it is. And we're just going to send it. So now we're going to go to the email I just sent it to.
Hey, Deidre, off topic real quick. I didn't know you were in Ackworth.
Yeah.
I know right where you are.
Yep.
We got family in Georgia.
Where do we see? Where is this? Where is this? Where is this?
So that's scary.
Why don't I have a promo email in here?
Is it not in your spam?
I hate this about Carnival. Their emails are all over the place.
Not in your inbox,
No.
even though you sent it from your cell.
Oh, here it is. Okay, it just took a minute.
Now,
All right, so if this was going to your client, they would click on it and this is what they would see. See how all of that changed and it's saved? It's got your information on it. I changed that name to Mark. So then this is what they would see. So they know automatically that deposit is due and when it's due. So I always get confirmation back, they agree to this, and I'll let them know. All right, now let's get ready to do your deposit. So when you get ready to take their deposit, you can either send them a credit card authorization form for the entire amount, or you could do one for every time you make a payment. That is a pain in my rear end. If my clients are in agreement and they're okay, I'm sending them that credit card authorization form for that total amount of that trip, because then that means they have authorized you to charge that amount for their vacation. Mark, am I wrong on this?
nope, you're
Okay.
right.
It's gonna save you a lot of work, save you a lot of headache. Most of the time, they don't have a problem with it. My client that I did, the one I showed you a while ago, he wants a dang credit card authorization form for every payment he's made. The first one for the deposit, then the second payment, then the third payment. Today was the fourth payment. I had to go in and do credit card authorization forms for all of them.
That's actually the way you're supposed to do it.
If that's the case, you just do it. But getting one for the full amount is up front. So you send that CC form, get them to agree to the charge, then you get on the phone with them and you take their payment details. You know, you got to get a copy of their driver's license. You got to get a copy of front of card, and they can black out all but the
Last
four numbers. Okay, so they don't have to give you their full face card. You have them black it out, you know, just kind of edit or whatever when they do a screenshot. Most people send them to me on my phone, you know, and they'll put a highlight through it. Some people don't care. If it's people you know, they ain't gonna care. Even people that I don't know that call me from my Google listing, and I do a lot of bookings from my Google page, guys. And they're like, no, it's okay, here it is. Or they might give it to you over the phone. Now, let me tell you something. If they're not willing to give you a copy of the front of that card with the number blacked out, you got to explain to them why. It's company policy. It's for your protection. It's for my protection. It's what it's what Carnival requires. Okay, that's kind of what you can tell them. It's what this applies.
It's also for your protection and for their protection.
So, and you just explain that to them. 99.9% of the time, they're going to do it. If you have those ones that don't, to be honest with you, it's never happened. I don't know really what you do at that point. You tell them that you can't make the deposit, can't make the payment without it. Like, you have to have it. It's part of the procedure. Okay?
Yep.
So if you were to get it on the phone, I do have clients that will, you know, read it out to me, and I'll tell my clients, I don't keep credit card information. If they send me a photo of their credit card, full face value, I delete it. I get rid of it, and they know that. I'm very transparent about that, and I tell them that I would want someone to do the same for me, you know. But here's the deal: if they give it to you over the phone, write it down as they give it to you, enter it, and then read it back to them. Okay. By doing this, you've got all of the payment information in case something goes south. Until you get that CC form back, and until you submit your commissions tracking form, because some of that information's got to go on it. You're going to need that. All right. To do the credit, you know, you're going to have the expiration date, etc. So write it down, enter it, and tell them, I'm going to read it back to you. So go slow. I don't keep your information. Do that. That's the best way to do it. Okay.
And on that note, guys, just to let you know, I am actually doing a training on the credit card and credit card authorization and commission tracking forms next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. On how to fill them out, why it's important to fill them out, and what the procedures are with them. So come to that training.
A lot of the trainings too are recorded. Y'all know that. I know everybody cannot attend every training every day. It's okay. And we don't want you to attend every single training that you see dropped in the chat. You want to pick and choose what's important to you, what is going to apply to you now, especially if you're new in the beginning. Just like credit card, filling out forms. They're super important. Anytime you see that and you got questions, that's the easiest way to learn, okay? Does anybody have any questions with what we've done so far?
Deidre, I just dropped my YouTube in there because I've got that training for how to fill out forms already recorded. If you want to share it.
Let's see. Can everybody see his YouTube channel?
You've got the chat set so that I can only message you.
All right.
I can't see anybody else's chat. Or Emily has it set that way.
All right,
There we go. Now I can see the message went to everybody.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna drop. I have some other trainings that I've already done with other suppliers, y'all, if you haven't actually been able to watch it. So I am going to drop mine in here. If I can remember even where to go get the link. Where do you get the link at, Mark? Help. Your channel?
Yeah, you can do that or your videos. Yeah, so click on your videos on the left-hand side, Deidre. If you're going to a specific video, click on your videos.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just gonna put the thing in here.
Or if you're going to your channel, yeah, if you just want to drop your channel address in there, use the hyperlink up top.
All right, there's my YouTube channel because, guys, I have Vax, Vacation Express. I've got some other stuff on there that might be helpful too. I don't know what's wrong with my screen.
God, what'd you do, Deidre? Just minimize it. Upper right hand.
No, you can't. Oh, when you do this, wait a minute.
There you go.
Okay. All right, so
I
does
didn't subscribe
anybody
to you.
have
Got
any
another subscriber.
questions at all?
Yeah, but I'm not going to be a smart aleck.
You're not allowed to ask questions. We have got 9 people on here and no one has a question. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Ho. Pretty basic. All right, guys, so I'll be uploading this, processing it, getting it ready, dropping it in the chats for you guys to go back and watch. Save it, keep it handy. You've got my YouTube channel. That's where it will go. So if you want to reference back to it, these beginner trainings are very basic. They're not very complex. They're not very detailed, but I do these so that you guys can have, something. Oh, Mark, they all said they appreciate you helping out too, so that you guys can have something to go to for just basic stuff, okay?
Yeah,
So
you can drop that into the chat, Deidre. That's my Facebook profile.